Hello, Victoria. How are you? Look, thank you, Francois, for those very inspiring words. It's always great to think about our work in a bigger context. You know, we are part of a system. We talk about the whole of the water cycle, but of course, our part of it is only part of an even bigger water cycle that extends far beyond us, and it is important for us to think about our role in it. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Of course, you all know it's the Industry Night of Nights, which is why you're here. But it really is special for us as the association to all come together and celebrate what it is that we do, what it is to be a water industry professional in Victoria, and all of the great successes that we've had as an industry this year. I particularly also want to extend my welcome to the branch presidents from the other states who are with us for the first time. It's very special to have them here on our board. They've been hearing for a while what a big deal this night is, and I wanted to welcome them especially so now they can see what all the fuss is about. I'd like to thank our sponsors. This would not be possible without them. This type of fantastic evening is definitely not achievable without our very generous sponsors, and I want to recognize, of course, Ventia, who've been a long-time supporter of this dinner, Zinfra, Spire, the Australian Water Quality Centre, Oricon, who also hosted our meetings today, Fulton Hogan, and GHD, who also hosts our meetings tomorrow. So thank you very much to those sponsors. Also, for InspireWorks, who produced that incredible opening video. I'm pretty sure I expected a rocket to take off at the end of that countdown or something. But it was great. I think Francois' speech was just as good. So thank you for those sponsors for their contribution. Now, years of experience have shown me that the recipe for success for tonight is to keep the formalities short and the networking long. And I promise to keep to that format. So very quickly, it is my great privilege to give you a very, very short rundown of what's happened in Victoria since we all met last. For those of you who were here last year, you may remember that we launched our vision for Victoria to be the most successful, innovative, and inclusive branch in the country. A pretty lofty goal. And I'm here to tell you that we've made great strides in delivering on that, and I'm so excited to tell you about what that involves. It's an exciting time to be on the Vic Branch Committee, and you'll hear why. So in terms of success, first of all, I mean, success is about doing what we already do really well. And we've really done that. We've increased our membership over the past year. Our nominations for committee have increased almost double, or 93% increase on last year in terms of the number of people who want to get involved and be part of our committee. We've had a record number of nominations for our awards program, 140% increase over last year, an absolutely outstanding demonstration of the quality of projects that are coming out of the Victorian industry at the moment. We have a national winner, of course. The Water Professional of the Year is from Victoria and a local favourite, and you'll be hearing from her later this evening. We've also had numerous tech events sell out. Our regular technical program is just going crazy. We can't get rooms big enough to hold them. You know, our events used to be sort of, 50 was a good event for us. Now we're packing out rooms of 90 and more and selling out. So really there's so much interest in what we're offering at the moment. I think the committee's done an incredible job in really tapping into what's relevant and meaningful for the industry right now and really delivering on that. Our mentoring program as well, one of our great sources of pride. Our YWP is doing a great job in coordinating the mentoring program. Again, this year we had our most successful mentoring program yet, 48 pairs, which is incredible. Nearly 100 people just in Victoria involved in mentoring their peers in the industry. I think that's an incredible credit to us and how much we care about the future and the legacy of this industry. In terms of innovation, we changed a deeply embedded committee structure. So we've had the same one for quite a long time, and we moved from subcommittees called tech events or policy to things like membership, engagement, and growth, collaboration and communication, in order to better align with our national strategy and agenda. We introduced some innovative techniques in some of our events, things like live polling in order to have a two-way conversation with our members when we had them in the room with us and better understanding their needs and expectations. For example, at our gender diversity event, we learned that the most important thing our members think that we can do as an association to promote gender diversity is to promote women. And so that's only galvanized our support for panel parity and really shown that we're really on the right path in pursuing that. We've tried out new formats. Our Lessons Learned event was incredible. Our best attended tech event probably ever, 115 participants, and we were turning people away. Short presentations from a large range of speakers around what were the things that had gone horribly wrong. Stuff that we don't like to talk about normally, but was incredibly valuable, and the feedback we've had from that event has been insane, just that it's so valuable to have that conversation, and it was such a dynamic and interesting event. I personally really enjoyed it. We've started filming our events and posting them online on the AWA website to provide greater access to our regional members and people who aren't able to attend events outside of work hours, really trying to open up that technical content that is so important. We had our first ever drone footage at an event. That was a little bit interesting, at our annual volunteer tree planting event. So really, really trying to push the boundaries of what we've done in the past. And finally, about inclusion, which is such an important thing to the whole committee. We've covered topics this year such as gender diversity in the sector, Aboriginal cultural values, things we'd never had really robust conversations about in the past. We've involved new event partners. This year we did our first ever event with the Australian Institute of Landscape Architects in order to understand that green meets blue aspect of livability in integrated water management in the way that the sector is definitely moving. We partnered with WaterAid and Melbourne Water for an International Women's Day event, which also sold out, as did our AILA event, by the way. We're supporting the National Young Water Professionals Task Force, which was an initiative brought on by our management and the CEO in order to raise the voice of young water professionals in the industry and involve them at a higher level nationally. Our rep, Celeste Ward, is going to be championing Victoria's interest in that field. And also from a channeling change perspective, I think it's worth noting that half the presidents of states now are female in AWA. We are really moving towards a more inclusive industry, and I think that's something that we should be really proud of. So, geez, what's left to do then? Well, there are a few things we want to do for next year in terms of improvements and things to build on. Of course, we want to build our awards program, including others. So, for example, we already host the Vic Water Emerging Water Leader Award, but we're looking at including other organizations who might also want to recognize achievement, especially where we have a crossover in membership, and invite them to be part of that fantastic event. We want more national winners, of course, at Ozwater. It's going to be on our home turf, people. Let's go. We want to broaden out our engagement. Of course, we've got AILA working with us now, but what about the Planning Institute? What about the health sector? The Department of Health and Human Services has a table here tonight. Welcome. Thank you for coming. It's important to us that you understand what we're doing, and we want to hear more about how we can work with you. The NRM sector and CMAs have started reaching out to us, which is kind of a new thing, and we're looking forward to having conversations with them about the interactions between the urban environment and the rural environment and how we can work together more. We're pushing the boundaries on the innovation agenda, so really doing more around that. New events, things like hackathons, idea labs, pulling together people around problem solving and trying to actually move things forward in a single event format. We've got partners in the industry now who do app development, who do blockchain. These are not just buzzwords. These are things as an industry we really need to be across, and that we as the AWA are really proud to be able to enable for you. And we want to strengthen our relationships with existing partners. You don't want to just go chasing the new shiny thing at the expense of the people who've been at your side all along. And we really want to keep our core membership engaged. And we're excited about what's coming next. So those partners who've been long-standing supporters of the AWA, don't worry, we're not going to forget about you. We really hope that you come on the journey with us and explore what the new world is going to look like. We're hoping for great committee participation, mentoring awards, tech events, and of course, Ozwater, which is always a great thing. I know that Francois is not allowed to promote any competition. That's because he doesn't have to. Anyway, that's it from me. I did promise to be short. Thank you so much again for coming. I'm so excited for that tonight. It's going to be a really, really interesting evening. We're going to have a little bit of Q&A with our Water Professional of the Year, Kira Sterling, after mains. But for now, enjoy your meal. We'll have a little sit down and a chat with Kira afterwards, and enjoy your night.